All right, another learning C++. There's one thing I was going through an older book um, by Bjorn Stroustrup. You know what I'm talking about. You know that guy that invented it. So um, it's an older one, and he included. That's back when it was like iostream.h. So he would do this like that. Now I can't remember if he used the quotes or the angle bracket. I'm gonna use the quotes here, kind of like when you're doing C. Let's see. So let's go here instead of that. I don't need debugging. What do I need? What do I need? Main 3 there slash EHC there. Can I open it? Yeah, see, that's what I thought. I think when they went to just IOStream, that all of this got taken away. Unless it's in some, weird directory or something. Well, I didn't even save that. Wow. But what he did is he didn't have to use the namespace. So std colon colon. So he just did this. But I noticed he didn't have the std or the using statement. Uh, but anyway, I thought it was interesting. I was just wondering if you could still do that. But apparently you can't. Yeah. So, and then if I do this, then we'll get an error because I didn't use the namespace here. That. Yeah. Yay. All right, what else is there? Come on. Why do I have all these windows open? Okay, let's see. What can I do on this one? I'm thinking. Let's do. I think I already did refs, didn't I? I should get the book out. Oh, where's my little book thingy? Thought I had one open. I had a PDF open. Oh, here we go. Variables. That sounds boring. That's the problem when you're learning stuff on your own. It gets so boring. I forget my camera's on. So you're probably seeing the whole inside of the truck. There I am. Here it is up like this. And uh, all right. So yeah. Um, what can I do with all this? Is the minimum addressable unit? Ooh, I remember Coding Jesus asking a guy this. That there. A byte in C++ is the minimum addressable unit of memory. I remember that now. It's actually in this book. The C++ Quick Syntax Reference. The minimum addressable unit of memory, which is guaranteed to be at least 8 bits. But might also be 16 or 32. Because, see, I was initially confused when he asked that question of somebody, because I was thinking of like the data bus, in the CPU architecture, the address bus, and I'm thinking 8 bits. And if you got a 64-bit CPU registry or register, then usually you can only, at least in the old days on an 8-bit, like 6502, you would load up 8 bits and then you could get the high or the low bits. But I think I was confusing that with the addressing, which like, what was it, the original IBM PC? I believe that had a 24-bit address bus, but the CPU was 16-bit, but you could only address like 8 bits or something until the XT came out. I think. I think that's how it was. Anyway, so see right here they're referencing 32-bit systems. Characters 1 byte, yeah. Do you say char or do you say care? I always say char. Care just is weird to me because it makes me think of something that starts with a K. So I always say char. Furthermore, the int type will have the same size as the processor's word size. So with it says it would be 32. So the word size is the register size. So on a 32-bit system, it's going to be 32-bit size there. Each integer type in the table must blah, 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 bitty, blah. Floating point, blah, bitty, blah, blah. Oh, here's where you go if you want some free books, PDFs. www all ITE books. IT, information technology, ebooks. There you go, right there. Go get them. Declaring variables. I think we know that. What is that? Oh, assigning variables. Okay, this really tripped me up when I first saw this. Using the parentheses. 50. I don't know why did they even put that kind of stuff in here? Because if you're coming from an object-oriented language like Java or well, I can't speak for Java, but C Sharp, this is gonna look weird because it looks like you're calling a constructor on this, which is really weird. So that, but what was it? Nowadays, this is an old book, but so nowadays you even have that other one. What's the other one? The curly brace or something like that. I think it's the curly brace. This one here, that. So we can say int x, what, like that, 10, blank. And what is that? Is that a global variable in C++? Let's see, cout x. Oops. Does anybody use ENDL? 0, blah, blah. Okay, go here, here. Up arrow, enter, down arrow, enter. Yes. So that's good too. So we could do that. I wonder what the difference is with that. So if I do that, is there any differences in that? See, I don't know why they put that kind of stuff in here. I don't know what the advantage of all that was. Um, you know what? Let's go find out. I have to get on my hotspot. I need to do this live. And then I could post clips of the live version, and maybe I'll get as big as Pirate Software. Hmm? Yeah, because he was actually I've been watching documentaries on him and stuff. He was actually bigger than Primogen. He had like 2 million subscribers. Man, crazy. And then he programmed that game with Game Maker. I mean, I don't want to offend anybody, but if you're using something like Game Maker, that's not exactly the same as programming something, in Win32 or I don't know, even like Java, whatever's built into Java, uh, WinForms or anything, OpenGL. I mean, to me, it's just I don't know. It's like some kind of I don't know, I don't want to say crutches, but um, environment. I realize it has its own language and stuff, but if it does too much for you, um, I think it's not as good. I just don't. But you know what? That's my opinion. I'm old, so I come from the days of, everybody needs to do assembler and, dig into the details and stuff like that. So I probably shouldn't say that. If you're a game maker dev, I apologize. You are awesome. I salute you. You probably get things done faster than I can. So that is one benefit of it. We need to look at both sides. I think we should all. That's what I like about coding Jesus, because well, sometimes he, I don't know, is a little odd, but most of the time he takes a pragmatic approach and a diplomatic approach, like he did with Primogen when Primogen posted that video. What, today or yesterday? Um, he said Cody Jesus was not an expert and he only read books and stuff like that. What am I getting on here? View offer. What is this? Why am I seeing Dropbox on here? You're almost out of hard drive space? Well, I don't want Dropbox. I want a new hard drive. No thanks. Thank you. Thank you, Microsoft. You're so great. What am I doing? All right. Everything's on. Oh, I'm already on. All right, let's go to. Should I go straight to Copilot? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Did I not start it, or am I so? I must be way out of hard drive space, virtual memory, so it takes a long time maybe. That's all I can think of. Well, how much space do I have? Let's see. Let's go to here. Good grief. Oh, I hit the wrong. I think I put too many fingers on that one. 2 fingers. Here we go. Properties. Let's see. Oh, wow. Use space. Yeah, I've got 31 gigs. I don't know. That's still a lot. That's still a lot. I think what happens on this is when it starts allocating virtual memory, it probably has to page. Well, no, because I thought it was an SSD, but this might be an actual physical drive in here. I can't remember. It's one of those cheap Lenovo's. If it's a hard disk, then it may have to be going all the way, to the end, to the center of the disk. So it takes a long time. It's taking a long time to fetch everything. And then remember the old days when you had to defrag and all that stuff? I wonder if you still can do that. Yes, we can. Wow. Okay. So I guess we can do that. Maybe I'll do that. All right. Whatever. All right, what am I doing? Ask anything. Anything at all. Um, okay, C++, difference in initializing variables with, good God, how do you even spell parentheses? That is not it. That can't be it. Parentheses. Yeah, let's go with it. Oh, nope. I probably had it right the first time. I guess it is. Okay. Um, and curly brace. Oh, come on. Okay, braces prevent narrowing conversions. Okay, oh wow, are you serious? Narrowing conversion. Value becomes 3. Oh, I see, I see. Okay, okay, okay. You're converting it like that. Wow. So it's almost like a constructor. See, it's in it because I missed this part of it. Int x, and you want to send in a floating point number. So this is the kind of stuff that I would question actually being in the language because I would put it on the caller or whatever. However, you're getting this value. Usually, well, at least in the old days, you would have to convert this yourself. So I don't know. I mean, we always had a like a floor function for that kind of stuff. So I don't know. This here, yeah. Yeah, forces the compiler to protect you. Anytime you see where they want stuff to protect you from yourself or from junior programmers is usually what they call it. I don't know. It should raise an eyebrow or a red flag or something. This kind of stuff I just don't think needs to be in languages. So braces. Okay. Um, size file. Yeah. See how much different stuff they had to do here. 5. 3 elements. Is that 3 elements with 1, 2, 3 in it? How do we do that? What do I have to use for vector anyway? What's the library? What would that be? Array or something? Whoops. Not that. Where is my copilot? Okay, copilot U did not give me the whole thing. You know what I can do though? I can go look it up. Because Oh, not in that one. Oops. Over here, I can though. Because I think in main 2, I did use that. So it'd be vector. Include vector. That's what I need there. Vector there. So let's do that. We don't need that. See if I remember the syntax here. So std vector, what would this be? Of int, I guess. Numbers equal. I don't know. Where are you? Oh, you just do it like a constructor. Okay. So just the name of it. Numbers 5. So that creates a vector with a 5. D vector. Oh, come on. Vector. There's my dog. You see my dog? Yay. Say hi, Twig. Hi. Okay. So on this one now we create test, and then x 1, comma 2, comma 3. Go there. You want some water, baby? You want water? No. Okie dokie. And roll down your window, baby. Okay, so does vector have a size? Ooh, that's what I need to do. I need to do vector operations. That's what I was gonna do. Dang it. Okay, I'll do it next time. I'll do some vector functions, operations on vectors. So we want to do this. Is there a quick way to like see like if X did all 3 of those? Is there like a size? See out. See, I didn't want to get that wind in the microphone. I think I can hear it. See out X dot what size or something? Is that a function? Does that look good? Probably not. Let's see. Up. Well, it compiled. Down. Well, that was a that was a pause, wasn't it? Okay, so 3. What was I doing here? Okay, so it did give the size of 3. So we got to remember that the size, they always give the size. Remember, you got to do it like a -1 on the size because it's 0 indexed. So 0, 1, 2. So we do that. So then numbers, if we did numbers here, numbers.size. So that should be 5 then. Okay, so this creates that many elements in your vector. This creates a one element vector with the value 3. All right, let me roll that up a little bit. Maybe it's coming in my window. Okay, so that, okay, 5 elements here, 1 element with 3, 3 elements with 1, 2, and 3, and we have a size function. What else do we got? So now we know that. If we want to create just the empty vector of however elements, I could do that. Use parentheses. And then if I want values, I would use the braces. Oh, wait a minute, look at this. So this, yeah, that's what I was thinking about. Calls a constructor. Tries list initialization first. I have no idea what that is. Most vexing parse. Function declaration. Okay. Okay, I have no idea what this is doing here. My type object, most vexing parse. My type, which I don't know the context of what it's talking about here. They're talking about user-defined objects now, classes. So are we initializing an object here? That doesn't even make sense. Oh, okay, because there's no new. So this is a function. Well, that doesn't make sense. Hmm. Yeah, this seems odd to me. I don't know enough about it to parse this. It just looks weird to me. Okay, what else? Okay, we already know that. Blah blah. Okay, let's do this. Vector. All right, we got the creating. So this is totally empty. And this is size 5 all zeros, blah blah, size 5. Ooh, all 42. This is interesting. So you could do that. Zeros. This is all 42s. And then the list initialization. Push back, I knew about that. In place back. Construct in place avoids copies. In place back. So this is implying that it's making copies. So there was a point in, I can't remember if I was practicing or if it was in the Rogue game, where I had a function that was const and I had a vector in it and it was throwing an error, and when I took the const off it started working, but I think it was because there was copies being done in the vector and it couldn't do that because it was const, something like that. So in place back. Let's do this. There. There's a snake case. Ever heard of that? I think that's a big Python thing. Snake case. It's kind of weird. Okay, add num. Let's take an integer. Blah, blah. Let's make global state. Vector, integer, numbers. And we'll make this 10, size of 10. Now, once you do that, can you go past 10? Now I'm curious. Hold on. I gotta do this real quick. So if I make that 1, so that would mean it has a 0. So if I do numbers, how would I actually index the vector? So do I do it like an array, like 0? Number 0? Oh, wait. Hold on. Okay. So I can do that. Okay, so that's initialized to 0. So what if I do this? 1. I guess it's just out of bounds. Does the compiler catch that? Nope. So that's a runtime bug. See, there you go. There's a difference between the compiler bugs and the runtime bugs. That'll get you. You gotta watch that. Uh, wow, 597. That's what was in memory. Okie dokie. There you go. That's gonna be hard to track down if you got, well, in a big, thousands of lines, million lines, whatever's going on. You kind of gotta run it and see where it's happening at, what's going on when it happens, and then you kind of hunt down that code and look at that point. That's basic debugging there, or at least where you start at. And then you could put some logging in or get the debugger out. Okay, so what am I doing now? What's the next thing? I don't think we're going to be doing this, but let's put that in there. This series should be called, well, I guess you could call it Playing with C++. I think learning is good, though, because I am learning stuff. Okay, so. Oh, yeah, that's what I wanted to do. So I want to make this const. So if I do that. Oh, wait, not yet. Let's do this. So we're gonna do what, a pushback numbers dot. Ooh, it's already there. Pushback num. Okay. So at that point, we should be able to. Let's call this. let's see, what is it, add num, and we'll put 5 in there, and then we'll print it. Wonder if we should just loop it all out. Let's just do this for now, because I want to test that const. So if I do this, so that will print 5, right? Did I compile? Did I save? What am I doing? Add num here, numbers, 5. Ooh, wait a minute. Does that mean it added the 5 to it? Oh, see, I was thinking since it was one empty spot that push back was going to just replace it in there. But now that I think about it, it doesn't make sense. It's just adding 5 to it. So let's do this. std, yeah. Can we throw that in there? I think we can, right? std. Oh, wait. For, what is it? Auto. Where do I put the ampersand for ref? I'm thinking of a good variable name. Num. Is it that? Like that? I think it is. Auto reference num. Now what? This. Numbers. And then this. std. Cout. This is all that stuff I never use in my game. Here, stick your head out the window, baby. What am I doing? What am I doing? Num. What is it? Get off there. Num. Right? Slash n. Well, I got all these different kind of. This one's in the string. This one's a character. Okay. Let's do that. Somebody's pulling in here. That. So far, so good. Let's see. Okay, so yeah, that's what it was. So the first one prints 0 and then it adds it back there. So let's go back to Copilot. So in place back would not make the copy in place back. So we should be able to do like a in place back here. So I don't know at what point you would want this. Well, oh, wait a minute. Hold on. Let's make this const. So we're saying that we're not gonna, this shouldn't compile at this point, right? Yeah, okay. So add num modifies, but now if we do a in place, does that fix it? Since it doesn't copy? No, because it still changes it. Place back. Still changes it, so that won't do anything. Yeah, so it still modifies. So let's go back to so that should work. There. Yeah. Okay. Got that good. What else? Okay, we got an insert. So we could actually, if we wanted to insert it at that first one, numbers dot insert. So 0, we're going to print 0, blah, blah, blah. Okay, right here. Let's do this. This is the number we want to place back or whatever. And then this is the number we want to insert into. Oh, I'm getting that bad wind. So we're going to put here at 0. So let's call this at 0. Or let's do this. Place at 0. So, and only if it's, let's do this, if it's above 0, no negatives. Or actually, if it's not 0. Does C++ support? I think it does. Equals 0. So if place at 0 is true, which means not 0, then we're going to numbers dot insert at 0 dot what, place at 0. If I were making this function in an API, that's what I would do. I would put the position first. Yeah, so this is at the beginning plus 2. So it's using the iterator. I forget that it has an iterator. So if we don't do this, then it should just work normally. If we don't pass in the place at index or place at 0. Wait a minute. Well, we'll go ahead and do that. No. So I guess you can't take that. So we have to do the iterator. We can't do it like an array and just say 0. But we should be able to do so numbers dot begin. So we'll say numbers dot begin. Numbers dot begin. So from there, and then place at 0. Whoops. So go here. That. Everything's cool. And it should be normal here. And it is. So then, if we want, we can do this. Now we're going to do a place at 0. 99. So now we should get a 99 at the 0 position. So it should be 99 and 5 when we print this out. Whoops. Ooh, no, it doesn't replace it. It inserts it at the beginning. This is interesting. So really, why didn't they call this push front? They have a push back. This should have been called push front. Oh, wait a minute. Wait. Look at this. See, so the first one, when we, oh my gosh, this is crazy. So, this one here, when we do this, is 99. But when we do it here, it's 99 and then 0. So it does push it into the front. This should have been called push front. This is a good example of kind of an all-encompassing function when they added this. Instead of this iteration, is there not a way that you can just do it per index? The beginning here. Okay, what if we do +1? I want to replace the 0. I don't want to insert into here. So let's do that. Now, see, that's not... Okay, let's do +0 now. Which I thought +0 would be the same as beginning. No, that's the same. So, uh, I don't know what the use case for this was, why they made it like this. To me, the insert should be well, maybe there's a replace. I shouldn't say that. Insert, I would have called it push front, not insert. But I can see it making a little sense. I don't think it's as good as push front, but okay, let's look for, is there a replacing or something like that? So we can erase, I guess you could erase it. Oh, thank you for taking me to the very front. Accessing, fast unchecked. So this is bound, oh, that's why. See? Remember when we got the 527 or something like that? It's because I used the square brackets. Had I used the parentheses, it would have bounce checked it. Interesting. There's so much in C++. I really like it. It reminds me of the cowboy days of JavaScript. Size and capacity. But I still don't see where you can just replace. See this here? I do not like this. Because that's not an actual character that you're going to type. That's the, whatever it is, editor doing that. That's not good. They shouldn't do that. Searching algorithms. Okay. Blah blah. Okay. So I think place back. So did I try that right here? Let me do a push here. Just because that's usually what I see in code. We got the insert at the beginning, so we get 9905. So instead of this, did we already try? I can't even remember now. Numbers 0 equals place at 0. Can I do that? Yay! It was as easy as that. There we go. Yay. I made a big deal out of nothing. Woohoo. I suck. But not as bad as pirate software. No, I can't say that. Hey, the guy did make a big O game, even if it was with GameMaker. That was big. But just go program C++ and OpenGL or DirectX. Okay, yeah, okay. So I'm gonna stop the video here. That was not too shabby. I'm gonna go ahead and go. I'm out on the side of a highway by some public land where a lot of people hunt and stuff. But wind's blowing so bad. It's a nice day though. My dogs are sleeping. Oh, clean your eyeballs, Bubba. All right, guys. Hey, thanks for coming along with me on this one. Um, if you like this stuff, give me a thumbs up. If you don't, hit the thumbs down twice. Share, subscribe if you're not subscribed. I love this kind of stuff, and you can see me mess up and discover stuff, and or even follow along and just play around with the language with me. All right, guys. Take care, and I will see you on the next one. Bye bye.